Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field. And the third time is a charm. It's Lynn Tech entertaining Matignon. This is the third time they've tried to play this game. They're finally going to get the game in. They were scheduled to play the first game of the season. Tech was supposed to play Cristo Rey. Cristo Rey dropped their baseball program, so they got together with Matignon to play. And Matignon said yes, but then Matignon realized they had already scheduled a game. So they had to reschedule it, and it was rescheduled for yesterday, which was the holiday. This is school vacation week. It was rescheduled for yesterday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And, of course, the rains came, the weather, and they couldn't play for the second time. So they're finally going to get it done. They moved it over, this being Tuesday, they moved it to Tuesday afternoon of vacation week. And the weather still isn't conducive for baseball. If you're looking on your screen, you see puffy white clouds and blue skies and sun is shining. And then you look out at the flag and it's blowing 80 miles an hour because there's a really strong wind. So people still haven't been able to wear T-shirts and shorts here midway through April. They still have to bundle up because the wind makes it very cold. And this is probably the best day we've had to play baseball so far because Classical has played here, St. Mary's has played here, Tech has played a game prior to this, and the weather hasn't been this good. It's been cold and damp and rainy, and the game that Classical played was stopped in the bottom of the seventh inning. The rains came a little bit heavy, and it was misty during most of the game, and they finally had to say that's enough. So this is as good as it's been. We'd like to have it a lot better. But they're finally going to get to play against Matignon. Matignon looking to even this season at 2-2. Obviously they're 1-2. Tech looking for their first win. They thought they had it in their last game against Manchester Essex. They were leading 3-0. They wound up losing the game. They made a couple of very big errors that cost them the ball game. Jordani Diaz on the mound for the Tigers. Hit off the third baseman's glove. Dominic Giordano made a great try. That was a base hit going left field. He almost picked it. But Augie Roge, the pitcher, gets the base hit. And this is not the sportscaster. This is a different Mike Lynch who's up at bat. He's the catcher. So we're almost batting in order, pitcher-catcher. The runner takes off, gets a great pitch to run on, and he steals second base. And Matignon has a runner in scoring position right away. Tech, little shot in the infield at third, shot in first. Especially the third baseman, a step even or a step in front of the bag. So Diaz right away having to pitch from the stretch. Action as usual going on over at Manning Field as well. Looks like track and field. And on 4 pitches, Lynch draws a walk. So hitting the walk puts first and second for Jared Colon, the center fielder. Goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Long run for the pitcher, and he can't make the play. Bounced up and hit him in the head. That looked like it was going to be a pop fly to the third baseman. It wound up blowing back towards the plate. The catcher probably would have had a better play than the pitcher. He was the closest one to it. He had to chase it back towards home plate. And Colon gets a break when his pump-up is not caught. High and tight for a ball. So after walking the batter on 4 straight pitches, Cologne went for the first pitch and popped it up, but got a break. Almost hit him inside. Rich Germano back for his second year at Lynn Tech. Again, very close, up and tight. Almost hit him 3 times. Benji Johns, Germano's assistant at Lynn Tech. Goes after the 3-1 pitch, swings through it. Matt O'Donnell, the head guy for Matignon. Shot to left field over near the line. Foul ball. I'm not sure why they didn't catch it. He kind of got away from it and let it bounce. I'm not sure why he didn't catch it. I think Benji Johns is saying the same thing. Why didn't you catch it? Pop foul back. Almost made it into the press box. You could never hit a foul ball into the press box for years, forever. Now you can. You probably noticed that the screen in front of us, the backstop, has been blown almost into oblivion. It's 100% better than it was a short time ago, but it's hanging all over the place, and there's all kinds of ways to hit the ball up in the seats now directly behind home plate. Lays off the pitch for ball 4. So the bases are loaded with nobody out for Matt Vetrano, the third baseman. And we're looking down in front of us from dugout to dugout, going around from third to first. Line to center field, coming on, making the play. The runner hesitated. He dropped the ball. They had him out at the plate, and they dropped the ball. The runner at third didn't go and then decided to go. The throw on the plate was dead on. And the umpire was waiting to call him out, but then the ball was dropped. A little bit of a collision at the plate. So the pitcher, Raj, scores the run. The runner stayed at first and second. But Raj, the pitcher, didn't go initially. Jared Moore made a great throw to the plate when he finally went. And he was out at the plate. But the slide and the tag came together and the ball went to the turf. And that gives Matignon the run. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. That's a big one. Two-way now. That was Derek Gavin, the right fielder. This is Liam Burns, the second baseman. It goes to the backstop. That'll move everybody up. And that makes it a little bit tough for the defense. They would have had a play at any base on a ball in the infield. Now, anything hit will have to go to first. Also puts 2 runners in scoring position now. Popped up to second base. Anything up in the air is going to be an adventure with this wind. Staying with it is Chris Tejada. So after the hit and 2 consecutive walks, they get a sacrifice fly, a strikeout, and a pop-up. So they hold the damage to 1 run in the top of the first inning. Matignon will grab a 1-0 lead. Tech will try to get it back on the bottom of the first. For Tech, it'll be Jared Moore, the center fielder, leading off. Jordani Diaz will pitch and bat second. The shortstop, Joan Ortega, hits third. In the cleanup spot is the left fielder, Byron Garcia. The second baseman, Chris Tejada, hits number 5. Batting sixth and playing first base, Edward Cuevas. The catcher, Evan Foyan, bats number 7. Bryce Whitcomb, the right fielder, bats 8th. And picking up the tail end of the batting order, batting 9th as the third baseman, Dominic Giordano. So Augie Roge on the mound. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for Matignon. And he got himself a 1-0 lead. He got the first hit and scored the first run on the sacrifice fly. Just barely safe at the plate. And I mentioned again, anything up in the air is going to be an adventure with this wind blowing. And I started to say about from third base to first base, from the edge of the dugouts, all of the stands underneath the covering above are roped off. You can't sit there because the covering up top is collapsing. It's falling down. There have been big chunks of cement down in the stands, and they're going to have to do something fairly quickly. The Navigators play here, and when the Navigators play on a Friday night with fireworks, they have a very big crowd here at Frazier Field. And they've let it go for a while. Now they're going to have to put some serious money into saving this place. It's the best around. These two complexes, you've heard me say many times, colleges would like to have Frazier Field and Manning Field. And this is similar to what happened with Manning Bowl. It was old, didn't have a lot of help, and started to deteriorate. They finally had to just knock it down and put the new Manning Field up. They won't have to do that with the baseball field, but they may have to do it with the stands and the press box and the concession stand behind home plate. This has been around for a long time. Jared Moore, the center fielder, he made that great throw to the plate that looked like he had the runner out. Hit foul back. But that little collision at home plate knocked the ball loose. Popped up to the second baseman. Just a little love tap. So Moore is out for the pop-up to the second baseman. Jordani Diaz, the pitcher, will be the hitter. High for a ball. Low for a ball, 2-0. So he went up, then he went down and missed both times. In for a strike. 2-1 to the Tech pitcher, so it's pitcher against pitcher here. That one goes to the backstop. 3-1 the count. Slices it into right field. Little inside out swing. Just got by the second baseman. Diaz has got a base hit. And let's see how long he stays at first base. Ortega, the shortstop, is the hitter. He goes on the first pitch. Hit easily with a stolen base. So both teams get a base hit. Both teams steal second base. Matignon did it with no outs. Tech does it with one out. Ortega with a chance for an RBI. And boy, the center fielder is playing like a deep second base. I don't think I've ever seen a center fielder play that close. A little too much time. Ortega asked for time. And they call a balk. They call a balk on the pitcher. So that moves the tying run over to third. Now they're not moving him. The time was called before the balk, I guess. They moved the runner over to third base on the balk. Now they put him back because Ortega asked for time and got it. I think it was the base umpire that called the balk, but the plate umpire had called timeout, so he's still at second base. Hit foul back and out of play. Down and away, nice stop by the catcher Lynch. Hit foul again. Swing and a miss. The runner takes off at third and gets in with a stolen base. But they get Ortega on the strikeout for the second out. Diaz was off with the pitch and easily stole third. Byron Garcia, the left fielder, is the hitter. Off the catcher, in the turf. That's going to bring the run home. So the wild pitch. So Diaz manufactures a run. He gets the little slap single in the right, steals second, steals third, scores on a wild pitch. And we're back where we were, dead even. Kind of ducked away from that, tomahawked it, and they throw him out. Play goes 4-3. Burns, the second baseman, makes his second play of the inning. But Tech gets the run back. So we started dead even. We played an inning, and we're dead even. Tech won, Matignon won at the end of one. We'll start the second inning. It'll be the bottom three in the order for Matignon. The shortstop, Kevin McGuire, will lead it off as Jordani Diaz starts his second inning of work. And he gave up a run, but now it's back even because he got the run back. So both pitchers have scored the runs in the game. They both helped each other out. And we start the second inning dead even. Pitch misses wide for a ball. Way up and in for a ball. I mentioned to Matt O'Donnell, the coach of Matignon. I said, well, I'll get to see you again when you come to play St. Mary's. He said, we don't play St. Mary's this year. He was kind of disappointed. He likes to play at this field. And on 4 pitches for the second inning in a row, Matignon gets the leadoff hitter on, this time with a walk. Matignon dropped down to the Catholic Central Small Division, so they don't play St. Mary's this year. They bounce around. They were always one of the better teams in the Catholic Central League. Wide for a ball. But peaks and valleys, all the teams, different leagues. Good times, bad times. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of moving up and down the league. If you're in English or classical or Peabody, you have to stay Division I because you're of enrollment. Swing and a miss. They got a good jump again. And going in, standing up at second base. So McGuire nonchalantly steals second base. Tom Barris, the first baseman, is the hitter. He swung through the pitch. So Matignon has a runner in scoring position again, this time, again with nobody out after a walk on the stolen base. Chased that pitch that was up and away and swung through it. So Diaz got him to chase the pitch out of the strike zone for the first out. James O'Leary is the DH. He's hitting for the left fielder, Tom O'Leary. Way over the head, off the glove, and that's going to move the runner over to third, the wild pitch. So with one out, Matignon puts the go-ahead run at third here in the top of the second. With the top of the order, the pitcher, Augie Roj on deck. Good pitch on the corner for a strike. Diaz would love to have a strikeout here. Down off the catcher's glove. The wild pitch is going to score the run. So talk about manufacturing a run. McGuire, the shortstop, walks, steals second, goes from second to third to home on 2 wild pitches, and Matignon's got their 1-run lead back. Little love tap by third base, slices foul. Went by the third base bag fair, but that kind of just drifted out. Hard to tell which way the wind is blowing because it gusts all over the place. But as I mentioned before, anything up in the air is going to be an adventure. Wide for a ball. Jammed him inside. Might have been ball 4, but he offered, punched it foul. Down to the first base coach, past the Matignon dugout. Popped up to the second baseman, drifting back. He went, couldn't get to it. It's over his head. I don't know whether he thought the ball was going to be right to him. I don't know if the wind played a factor. It was hit right over his head. It looked like he was standing waiting for it, and all of a sudden he had to back up, and it fell between the second baseman and the right fielder, and O'Leary gets a base hit. It's a line drive in the box score. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. Ian Belkner is going to run for O'Leary. And let's see if they go to second base. Throw over. Waivers tried to lull him into submission, thinking he threw the ball back to the pitcher, hoping to get off the bag. Swing and a miss. Augie Roge, the pitcher, single leading off the ball game. Stole second. Went to third on 2 consecutive walks and then scored on a sacrifice fly. At the time, gave Matignon a 1-0 lead. That one went straight to the backstop. They don't have to steal second base now. That was a major league wild pitch. So Matignon again has a runner in scoring position. Hit foul to the backstop. Down and in for a ball. Evan Foillon is getting a workout behind home plate in his first inning plus. Popped up. Wasn't hit high enough, just a little tap. Foillon had no chance to go back and get that one. It was just over his head, popped back to the backstop. Hit the short. Off the shortstop's glove into short left field. The runner going to third, that might have distracted Diaz. I think he said, I'm going to nail him at third. He would have been out by a mile at third base. But it went with the glove off the heel of the glove. Raj is on for the second time with the error. The runner moves over to third, first and third, at least for the time being. First error in the ballgame for either team is big here. The runner takes off a second. They don't even bother throwing. So now it's second and third. They already have a run in to break the 1-1 tie. Missing for a ball. Way inside, off the catcher's glove. Another wild pitch is going to score a run. Belkner, when he was a pinch runner, they didn't really need them. He went to second on a wild pitch, third on an error, and scored on a wild pitch. Off the catcher's glove again. Here comes another run. Ross scores his second run in the game. And it's a 3-run inning for Matignon. And now they have a little confab on the mound, getting together with their pitcher Diaz. Having trouble finding home plate. Having a lot of trouble finding the catcher's glove. Wild pitches have been big. All 3 runs in this inning have scored on wild pitches. They don't have a hit yet. They have 1 hit. A walk and an error with the other 2 base runners. Waved at that pitch. They throw it down, but there was nobody at first base bag. Guevas was up the line a little bit. This is Jared Colon. He drew a walk in the first inning. Lines it into left field for a base hit. Gets by the left fielder. And the error is going to allow the runners to move up to second and third. And they almost made another error throwing it back. So Colon gets a base hit. They both move up on the error. So it's second and third now. Matt Vetrano lined the shot in the center field. It looked like he lined in with double play because it looked like they threw the runner out. Late tag coming home from third looked like out of the plate, but the collision at the plate knocked the ball loose. So Vetrano going to sacrifice flying an RBI. So he hasn't batted officially, but he's got an RBI in the game. Matignon looking for more. They got second and third with 1 out. Into left center field, a base hit. That's going to score 2. They throw it all the way home. That's going to allow the runner to go to second base. Derek Gavin is the 8th hitter in the inning, still only 1 out. He struck out swinging his 1 trip. Down and away for a ball. Hit to second base. Big hop. And they made that exciting. It took a little while to throw it over and made it a little closer than they would like for the second out. Vetrano moved over to third on the play. Liam Burns popped out to the second baseman. Hits it foul back over everything out of play. A big 5-run inning. They batted around. Burns is the 9th hitter in the inning. He threw that one behind him. That was just a little bit inside. He had to step over home plate to avoid being hit with that pitch. For Ian did a nice job going over and get that, not letting it go to the backstop. He does a nice job there, diving out to his right. Again, down and away. And that's ball 4. So McGuire, who started this inning with a walk, is up again. He scored the first of 5 they have here. First and third, at least for the time being. The runner takes off and goes to second base. So 2 in scoring position for Matignon. Hit foul to the backstop. Fishing inside for a ball. Line to the left field for a base hit. The runner will stop at third. Tom Barris struck out swinging in this inning, up for the second time. High and tight for a ball. Swing and a miss. We had a big paper bag that just flew right by the back of home plate from one side to the other. And now settled in and become a spectator sitting in one of the seats in the front row. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So he strikes out for the second time in the inning, but Matignon sends 11 to the plate. Six of them score. And that 1-1 tie is very broken as they get 6, and Tech has a mountain to climb now. They 6 runs with 4 hits, 2 big errors in the inning, 3 walks. 2 of the walks scored. Two strikeouts to get the same hitter twice. And Tech has a lot of catching up to do. 5, 6, and 7 for Tech as we start at the bottom of the second inning. Wild pitches and a couple of errors. Move Matignon around the base pass. Chris Tejada, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Umpire was down with Adolph Gracial. He's the interim AD. hoping and praying he's going to be the AD. He does a great job. He did a terrific job with the Boverini Christmas tournament. So hopefully he'll be the new permanent AD. High for a ball. Chris Tejada, Edward Cuevas, Evan Foillon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, the catcher. Took a tomahawk swing at that pitch that was way up and in. Fouled it back. Hits it foul down that grassy knoll. That one bounced, went by the catcher to the backstop. Chop to second base. Big hop for the second baseman. Easy play for the first out. Burns to Barris, the first baseman, gets Tejada 4-3. Can't get any easier than that. Took a big hop right into the second baseman's lap. Edward Cuevas, the first baseman, is the hitter. In for a strike. Low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Got his money's worth and swung right through it. And the count is 1-2. And swings through again. That looked like it broke down away. Nice pitch by Roche. Second strikeout for Roche. Evan Foillon, the catcher, is the hitter. Down and away for a ball. Hit the shot. Long throw across the diamond. They get him. Nice play by the shortstop, McGuire. So 1-2-3 inning for Rose. He's retired 5 in a row since he gave up the run on the wild pitch. We played 2 complete here at Frazier Field in this interleague action. Matignon leading Lynn Tech 7-1. Nine, 1, and 2 for Matignon as we start the third inning. James O'Leary, the DH, hitting for the left fielder. Tom O'Leary, I guess they're brothers. In for a strike. He got a base hit and scored a run in that big 6-run second inning. Foul to the backstop. Jared Moore is the new pitcher. Coming in from center field, Jordani Diaz, the pitcher, goes to center field. Hit right to the third baseman. Hit it right on the nose and lined it right to Giordano. Nice play by the third baseman. Getting the pick. And Augie Raj, the pitcher, he's been up twice. Singled, reached on error. Both times he scored. He gave himself a 1-0 lead in the first. Up and away for a ball. So he can't hit any better than James O'Leary hit it, but he hit it right to the third baseman. Went the other way. And third baseman perfectly placed. Didn't have to move. Swing and a miss. Looked like Raj took a little step backwards swinging at that pitch with his back foot. That one down and away, goes to the backstop. Goes to the backstop again. Hit right back to the pitcher. Easy play for Moore. Mike Lynch has walked twice, scored once. Well, he hasn't been up at bat, but has a run scored. And that little bit high with the first pitch, almost hit the backstop on the fly. That went over, not only the catcher's head, over the umpire's head. Hit on the ground. Out, shot right field, got to it, knocked it down, couldn't make a play. Lynch will get a base hit. He's on for the third time. So they have a base runner with 2 outs for Jared Colon, who's also perfect. He's walked, singled, and scored a run. I would assume they would try to get Mike Lynch to second base. Up and away for a ball. Hit on the ground to deep shot. They got no play. They try to throw it anyway, but they had no chance to throw him out. Diaz had to go to his right deep in the hole, had no chance. So back-to-back infield hits keeps the inning alive for Matt Vitrano. Lined out the center field for a sacrifice fly, singled in 2 and scored a run. So he's got 3 RBI and he scored a run. He's got a little more than half of the offense for Matignon. On the inside corner for a strike. Little pop. First baseman Cuevas can't get there. It wasn't hit that high down near the first base coach's box. Looked like he got it right off the top of the bat, almost like a pool cue shot. The 0-2 pitch up and coming. Off the catcher's glove, taking off and going to third. Another wild pitch. So it looked like a very easy inning. With that line out, a ground out to the mound, 2 outs, nobody on. All of a sudden it's second and third with 2 outs. And Vetrano, who already has 3 RBI, has a chance for a couple more. Nice stop. They almost threw him out at third base. The runner at third, Lynch, thought it got by the catcher. He was breaking to score the run on the wild pitch. A great stop for Leon. And he threw it down and then just barely reaching and out tagging the tag was Mike Lynch. So we got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, as they hit the ground ball to the third base coach. Coach Matt O'Donnell made the nice play at third. We'll do it again at 2-2. Big hop to the second baseman. And they get Vetrano. So Matignon threatens. They put runners at second and third with 2 outs. Moore pitches his way out of it. We'll move into the bottom half of the third. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 for Lynn Tech, as they still have a mountain to climb. They got 1 base hit. It was a base hit by Diaz. He stole second, stole third, and scored on a wild pitch. At the time, tying the game up at 1. But then Matignon had that big second inning, sending 11 hitters to the plate, scoring 6 runs. Three walks and 2 big errors by Tech helping out. Bryce Whitcomb, Dominic Giordano, and then back to the top of the order, Jared Moore. The 3 hitters for Tech here in the bottom of the third. The wind has subsided a little bit. The flag, not quite limp, but not blowing around like it was a while ago. Still brisk, cool. The netting behind home plate blowing around a little bit. In for a strike. Whitcomb is the right fielder. Missing wide for a ball. In for a strike, 1-2. Just missed the outside corner. The count evens at 2. Hit the second base. Nice play by Burns, the second baseman. He had to go to his right toward the second base bag. Wickham hit it on the nose, but had the hit taken away. The play goes 4-3 for the out. 6 in a row retired by Roche. Dominic Giordano up for the first time. He made that nice play on the line drive in the top of this inning. Third baseman Vetrano thought he was going to bunt. He's way in at third base and charging. Swings and misses at the first 2 pitches, and that'll move Vetrano back. He's still almost softball diamond distance. Hit in a right field. It gets by the right fielder. In with a stand-up double is Giordano. So he swung and missed the 2 pitches, but then he gets the pitch and goes the opposite way with it. Gets it by the right fielder. And Tech has a runner in scoring position for Jared Moore, who was the center fielder. He's now the pitcher. He popped up to second, leading off the bottom of the first. They throw the ball to the second baseman, who wasn't anywhere near the second base bag. Hit foul behind home plate. Way up and in for a ball. Moore made that very good throw from center field and almost knocked the runner down. But the collision at the plate knocked the ball loose, and he was safe for the first run of the ball game back in the first inning. Chased that high pitch and swung right through it. And it's 1-2. Popped up in the air. First baseman with a long run. It was playable. He just didn't get there. Moore gets a break. That ball was playable. Swing and a miss, he gets him. Two away. We mentioned Roger retired 6 in a row before that double by Giordano. Now he gets the strikeout. Diaz is the offense for Tech. We mentioned he singled, stole second and third, scored in a wild pitch. At the time, tying the game up at 1. But that 6-run inning by Matignon in the second inning is the difference right now. Chased the pitch that was way up and in. Fouled it back. Boy, they love those high pitches. There's a sprinkling of fans here for this one. Some from Matignon, a few more from Lintec. On a not really good day to sit out in the stands. Hit to second base. Burns makes his second play in the inning. So Giordano's one-out double goes by the boards as he's stranded at second base. Tech is down in the third. We've completed 3 full in this inter-league battle. Catholic Central Small against Commonwealth Conference. Matignon with a big second inning, leading Lintec 7-1. Derek Gavin, the right fielder, will lead off the 4th inning for Matignon. Jared Moore will start his second inning of work. Kenny Moore is the new right fielder for Lintec. Hit to center field, kind of dying. It drops in for a base hit. In back of the shortstop and right in front of the center fielder. And Diaz comes up limping a little bit. I don't know if he made contact with the center fielder. He's limping on that left foot. Gavin gets his first hit. And for the 3rd time in 4 innings, Matignon has the leadoff hitter on. And the runner takes off for second. In easily with a stolen base. Liam Burns, the second baseman. He's been busy at second base making a few plays. He's made 5 plays in 3 innings. He popped the second and walked. So he's 0 for 1. Chop towards third. Moore has only 1 play. That's the first. There won't be a sacrifice, but it works the same. Little chop. Moore does a nice job handling it and throwing him out. Gavin moves to third on the play. And Kevin McGuire, the shortstop, is perfect. He walked and scored and singled in a run. So he's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. He's got a chance for an RBI again. Pitching from the stretch with the runner at third. Pitch is in for a strike. High for a ball. High again for a ball. Cuevas, the first baseman, is playing way in. He may be even closer than softball distance first base. High again. 3-1. Oh, after being ahead 0-1, he walks them on 4 straight pitches. First walk given up by Jared Moore. 6th walk given up by Tech pitching. Tom Barris, the first baseman, has struck out swinging twice. Both against Diaz. The runner takes off for second. The ball's inside, off the catcher's glove. Another wild pitch, another run. And the runner is going to go all the way to third. So he seals second. Goes to third on the wild pitch. The run scores on the wild pitch. They have 8 runs, half of them scored on wild pitches. Popped up. Moore looking around thinking somebody's going to take it. He winds up having to make the play. The shortstop, the third baseman wasn't anywhere near the ball. The shortstop was the closest one to the pop-up. The pitcher makes the play. Two outs for James O'Leary. Singleton scored and hit it on the nose, but lined it right to Giordano at third base. High for a ball. Taps it, goes the other way, and slices it in the left field for a base hit. He's got his second hit, an RBI. So the wild pitch scored the run. The wild pitch moved the runner all the way to third. And now he scores, so 2 more runs. Matignon taking advantage here. And Augie Raj, the pitcher, will be the hitter. Lines it right to the first baseman. So they get the third out, but not before Matignon puts 2 more on the board. They sent 7 to the plate. 2 hits, a walk, and again, wild pitch, stolen bases. And all of a sudden, we're halfway through the ball game. Matignon has opened up a 9-1 lead. They had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So a little bigger mountain for Tech to climb. Tech has only had 2 base runners in the game, a single in the first that scored, a 1-out double in the third that was left at second base. And that's been it for the Tigers. Raj has got a strikeout in each of the first 3 innings. We mentioned Matignon trying to even their record at 2-2. Tecklenfoot looking for their first win. John Ortega, the shortstop, he struck out swinging in the first. Ortega, Byron Garcia, Chris Tejada, the 3 hitters scheduled here in the bottom of the 4th. I don't know if it's a track meet or track practice going on at Manning Field. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. Hit the shot. Big hop for the shortstop. And they get him at first. That's every infielder's dream, that when the ball's hit to him, it takes a nice Sunday hop, belt high. Kenny Moore is hitting here he went in to play right field.
The right fielder moved to left. The left fielder's out.
So Moore is now hitting in the fourth spot. Good pitch on the corner for a strike. Right by, just past the dive of the second baseman. Just found a little opening. Good effort by Burns. Just, I don't know, it might have ticked off his glove, but he didn't miss it by much. But Moore's got a base hit. Only the third base runner for Tech. Chris Tejada, the second baseman, bounced to second. His one trip. Two of the hits they got have been just past the dive of the second baseman. Goes after that high outside pitch and fouls it back. I mentioned before, they love that high pitch. Low and inside for a ball. Got Bryce Whitcomb going down the bullpen to warm up. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count to the Tigers' second baseman. Way up and away. Evens the count at 2. Hit the second base. They only have one play to first. Tejada goes to the second baseman, Burns for the second time. Moore will move over to second base. And it brings up Edward Cuevas, who struck out swinging his one trip. Looked like he was trying to hold up his swing, trying to check, and it hit the bat anyway and went foul for strike 1. Lines it foul over everything. That looked like it went to one of the yards over and back of the right side. Out of play. Quickly, it's 0-2. Curveball drops in for strike 3. So for the second inning in a row, Tech gets a run at the second base, and for the second inning in a row, Raj gets out of it. We've completed 4 here at Frazier Field. Matignon leading Lynn Tech in his interleague battle, 9-1. We start the 5th inning. Mike Lynch is perfect. He's walked twice and singled and scored a run. Bryce Whitcomb is the new pitcher. He went from right field to left field. Now he's on the mound. Jared Moore went from center to the mound. Now he's in left field. Pitching from the stretch. In for a strike. High chopper. It's going to be an infield hit. There's nobody at first base. Cuevas went to go get the ball. Second baseman couldn't get over in time. Lynch is on for the fourth time with a second hit. And for the fourth time in 5 innings, Matignon has the leadoff hitter on base. The only time they didn't get the leadoff hitter on was the third, and the first hitter hit a line shot to the third baseman. They almost picked the runner off. He was going. Nice try by Whitcomb over to Cuevas, and Lynch just got back, beating the tag. Swing and a miss. This is Jared Cologne. He walked, singled, and scored and singled. So he's perfect. 2 for 2 with a run scored. On the corner for a strike. The second and third hitters for Matignon have been on 7 times. 3 walks and 4 hits. The hitter can't go. The runner can go to second base. The hitter is out because first base was occupied. He chased that pitch that bounced in front of home plate. So it's actually a wild pitch that sends Lynch down to second base. Wide for a ball. That one bounces. Another wild pitch moves the runner to third. Hit on the ground to short. He'll throw Vetrano out, but he gets his 4th RBI. And Matignon has reached double digits. Lynch scores his second run. On the corner for a strike. Derek Gavin struck out, grounded to second, singled and scored. Wide for a ball. 7 of the 9 hitters for Matignon have scored at least 1 run. That one bounces in. High for a ball. 3-1. Gavin is the Matignon right fielder. way up, goes to the backstop. And they can worry about the runner going to second base. So the 2-out walk extends the inning for Liam Burns, who popped to second, walked, and bounced to the pitcher. So he's 1 for 3, hitting against Whitcomb for the first time. He's a big boy for a second baseman. He's well over 6 feet. I hope he played basketball. Nice stop for Leon, the catcher. On the corner for a strike. Down and away for a ball. On the corner for a strike. And we got deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I don't know, it's hard to describe the swing at that pitch. That was way inside, almost hit him. He looked like he was trying to go to the Lintec dugout when he swung at that pitch and fouled it off. That one bounced off the catcher. Nice stop for Wien, keeps the runner at first. They haven't tried to run as much now. I don't know if it's because they're way ahead or the left-handed pitcher is not letting them get off the bag too far. The payoff pitch, the runner takes off. Reach for it, punches it to first base. Cuevas will make the play. That was ball 4. He had to go way up in the air and reach across to try and get that one. That would have been ball 4. Instead, it's the 3rd out. The unassisted play by Cuevas. But Matignon gets another one. Lynch, single, 2 wild pitches, and then the ground out. They manufacture another run. They've got double digits. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th. It's now 10-1 Matignon over the Tigers. And Tech will have the bottom 3, 7, 8, and 9. They face Augie Raj, who will start his 5th inning of work. He's been tough on the mound. He's only given up 3 base hits, and those are the only 3 base runners, and he spaced them out. The single in the first got them a run, 2 stolen bases and a wild pitch that tied the game. A 1-out double in the second, stranded at second. A base hit and a ground out put the runner at second, and stranded at second in the 4th. And that's been it, 3 base runners. Two singles and a double. So the closest Tech has come is tying it at 1. Matignon jumped on Tech in the second inning, scoring 6, 4 hits, 3 walks, and a couple of errors. And a partridge in a pear tree. Got them 6, and they've just been adding to it. The only inning they didn't score was the 3rd, and they got second and third with 2 outs in that inning, and they got a ground out to end it. So that was the only inning they didn't score. Evan Follion, the catcher, has grounded out Shot to first. In for a strike. Boys, you got to feel pretty comfortable out there with a 9-run cushion. Down and away for a ball. Leon, Whitcomb, Giordano, the 3 hitters. Missing low for a ball, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 2. Little off-speed curveball dropped in, and I think Fuia knew it. He just waited for the umpire to say strike 3. So Raj keeps his record intact. He's got 1 strikeout in each of the 5 innings. Bryce Whitcomb was the right fielder, moved to left field, and now he's the pitcher. In for a strike. He grounded out second to first. There's 1 trip. On the corner for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Waves at that pitch for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the 5th inning. Dominic Giordano just snuck one by the second baseman for a double. Missing low for a ball. He's got 1 of the 3 hits that Tech has. Chased that high pitch and swung right through it. Waves at it again. It's 1-2. He strikes out the side. So he retired 6 in a row at one point before giving up the hit to Moore. Or the double, to Giordano. Now he retires 5 more in a row. Very impressive that inning, striking out the side. We've completed 5 here at Frazier Field. Matignon comfortably ahead 10-1 over Tech. Ben Tatarini is the new third baseman for Lynn Tech. Wickham will start his 2nd inning of work. Diaz went the first 2. He gave up 7. 5 hits, walked 5, struck out 3. A couple of errors aided that 7-run output. Diaz came in and pitched 2 innings. Gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, walked 1. Wickham starting his 2nd inning of work. He gave up a run on a hit, a walk. Down and in for a ball. Kevin McGuire, the shortstop, has walked, singled, walked. He scored 2 and knocked in a run, so he's perfect. 1 for 1 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. He's been on base 3 times. Lynch has been on base 4 times. Cologne was on base 3 times before they got him the last time up. I mentioned how Manning Field is always in use. Track, I guess it was practice is over. Now lacrosse is coming in. So never a dull moment at Frazier or Manning. On 4 pitches, McGuire is on for the 4th time. He picks up his 3rd walk. 8 walks given up by Tiger pitching. Tom Barris, the first baseman, struck out swinging twice, both times in the 2nd inning. Last time up, he popped up to the pitcher. He's one of the few that haven't got a hit or scored a run. In for a strike. Throw down the first, not in time. Hit foul, chased that high pitch. The 1-2 pitch from Whitcomb, up and coming. Call 3rd strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Whitcomb. Picks up his 2nd strikeout. James O'Leary singled and scored. Hit it right in the nose and lined it to the 3rd baseman. And then singled in a run. So he's 2 for 3 with a run scored and RBI. That's not bad for your number 9 hitter. Hit up the middle. Step on the bag to throw to first. Nice job by the shortstop, Ortega, for the double play. So they get a walk, but it's a 1-2-3 inning. Only facing 3 hitters, I should say. So Whitcomb in the 2nd inning of work, has given up a run, a hit, walked 2, struck out 2. The run was earned. In the bottom of the 6th, it'll be 1-2-3 for Tech. Jared Moore, Jordani Diaz, John Ortega. David Takanadi is the new pitcher. I don't know if Raj stayed in the game. We'll find out in the 7th, because if he did, he'll be the leadoff hitter. Obviously, they don't give us any subs.
He's on the bench.
Jared Moore has popped the 2nd, struck out swinging. He started as the center fielder, came in and pitched. He's now the left fielder. Down the way for a ball. So Raj goes 5 innings, Gives up the one run that was earned. 3 base hits. Didn't walk a batter. Struck out 7 as he got struck out the side in the 5th. Takanati looking to close it out as he gets the second strike on Moore with a pitch on the corner. Up and away. Evens the count at 2. Up and away again. 3-2. And that's ball 4. So he had him. That's the first walk given up by Matignon pitching. Jordani Diaz is the offense for Tech. Way back in the first, single, stole second, third, scored in a wild pitch, and that's been it. We mentioned until the walk, they only had 2 base runners after that, and only 3 base hits in the game. Both hits came with 1 out. As they steal second, and they throw it into center field. And you might wonder, why are they stealing second base down 10-1? The answer is they can. Normally, you wouldn't want to get thrown out in the base pass down 9 runs. And all of a sudden, that sun went down a little bit, and the wind has picked up again, and it's blowing hard. Flag is almost blowing off the pole out there. And the netting in front of us is doing a dance. In for a strike. I don't think Diaz agreed with that call. So the wind had died down for a while. High chopper to short. They throw it wide. The error on the shortstop will allow Diaz to reach. Good throw, they had him. So first and third for the Tigers with nobody out. With Juan Ortega, who was struck out, grounded to short. And the runner will go to second base. So second and third with nobody out. Hit foul behind home plate. I should have asked. The one win that Matignon has, it could be against Tech. Missing wide. I believe they were supposed to play home and home Saturday, and this being Tuesday, I don't know if they played Saturday. Young man who delivers my item was remiss today. I didn't get my item. So I didn't get a chance to see if they played, and I forgot to ask the coach. So it could very well be that Matignon's looking to go 2 in a row against Tech. High for a ball. Hit foul back and out of play. The count stay full. And we'll do it again at 3-2. And that's ball 4. So a walk, an error, and a walk. Load the bases. Kenny Moore went in to play right field in place of Garcia, who was the left fielder. They switched outfield positions. Moore went to right. He got a base hit. Here's one trip. He slapped it by the second baseman. In for a strike. So 3 on for the Tigers. They only had 3 base runners going into this inning. Now they got 3 on with nobody out. Hit back to the pitcher. They get 1. They get 2. Nice play by the catcher. Hit the second base. Big hop for the second baseman. So what looked very promising for Tech. 3 on and nobody out. A double play and a ground to second. They get out of the inning. They don't score. And Matignon still has that 9-run cushion. As we're through 6 here at Frazier Field, Catholic Central League Matignon, 10-1 over Commonwealth Conference Lynn Tech. Top of the order. And I don't know who this is because they didn't give us a number 24. So it's number 24 leading off in place of the pitcher, Raj, who came out of the game. In for a strike from Whitcomb. Whitcomb starting his 3rd inning of work. Everybody else went 2. So I don't know who this is. Missing down the way. But if he's hitting now for Takanadi, who went into pitch, Takanadi would be out of the ballgame because he can't go back in. He can't re-enter. He wasn't a starter. Raj was the pitcher. Takanadi went in to replace him. And now this number 24, who we don't know who he is because he's not on the roster that Matignon gave us, is pinch hitting in place of Takanadi. So that would put him out of the game. They'd need another pitcher in the 7th inning. But it's 1-2-3 for Matignon here in the 7th. And when that sun ducks in, that wind gets very cold. Wide for a ball. And another walk. Nine walks given up by Tech pitching. Pop to left field, going back on the edge of the outfield grass, the shortstop. Just a little tap by Lynch. They get Lynch for the first time. Just reached out and touched it. Ortega went 3 or 4 steps out in the outfield grass, made the catch. And Jared Colon will be the hitter. He's walked, singled twice, struck out the last time against Whitcomb. And for Leon had to go way up and stretch for that one and stop her from going to the backstop. And again, the sun comes out and that wind kind of slows down. Throw over, they bounced it. Cuevas had to make the stop. He shot hopped. He blocked it with his body, and he came down wrong a little bit on that ankle. He's flexing that right foot or ankle. They didn't ask to check with the base umpire. It looked almost like he swung. But the plate umpire said he held up. Hit to second base. They get one. They get them in the middle. Nice play by Tejada going over to Ortega to get the front runner. So 2 away. Petrino has been big. He's got 4 RBI. Sacrifice fly, single knocking in 2, a ground to the short, knocked in another one. He's been the main man. Way inside for a ball. Seven of the 9 hitters have scored a run. In for a strike. Just reaches for that one, and Love taps it back. Ortega over the shoulder, running out the short center field, makes a nice play. And they take a hit away from Petrino. Matignon is down in the 7th inning, and Tech is down to the last 3 outs. So Whitcomb gets the longest stretch. He goes 3, gives up a run. It was earned. Gives up 1 base hit. He walked 3, struck out 2. And now with this, it's got to be free substitution because I don't understand how they do this. It's not really legal for Takanadi to come back in the game. He was not the starting pitcher. Starting pitcher Raj got taken out. Takanadi came in, should be hitting in his spot. That number 24, who we didn't know, came in to pinch hit for Takanadi, which would eliminate him from the game because he can't re-enter because he's not a starter. Unless they say anybody who comes in the game can go in and out once, unless they change the rule, I thought it was only the starters could be replaced once. I didn't think subs could be replaced. But Takanadi is back on the mound after being hit for, and he was not the starting pitcher. So I'm thinking maybe they just go to free substitution, make it easy on everybody. Teckwell has 6, 7, and 8. Edward Cuevas, Evan Foillon, and Bryce Whitcomb to face Takanadi, who will be starting his 2nd inning of work. He bailed out of the 6th. First 3 hitters reached a walk, an error, and a walk. But then a pitcher to catch at a first double play and a ground to the 2nd got him out without any runs. So he bailed out of that situation after walking 2. Down and away for a ball. Cuevas has struck out twice. High and tight for a ball. way up and away for a ball. 3-0. And on 4 pitches, Cuevas draws a walk. Thought about going to second when the ball went to the backstop. Third walk given up. Takanadi in his 1 inning of work because there's nobody out here in this inning. Evan Follon has grounded a shot and was called out on strikes. Hit high in the air. The center fielder calling everybody off makes the play. I mentioned before he was playing a deep second base for center field. I have not seen any center fielder playing as shallow as Colon has played. He called off the second baseman who was waiting for the ball 2 steps out in the outfield grass. Bryce Wickham has grounded to second and struck out. He hits the ball to short. They get the tag at second for 1. And Tech is down to their last out. And Ben Tatarini, who went in to play third base, will be the hitter. Hit the shot again. Easy force at second, and that'll do it. So Tech will have to wait the next time to get their first win as they go down here to Matignon. And as I said, it could be the second in a row for Matignon over Tech if they did play on Saturday. But the only close Tech game was in the first inning. Matignon got a run in the first on a sacrifice fly by Vetrano. Tech came back, a single by Diaz. He stole second, stole third, scored on a wild pitch. That made it 1-1. Matignon broke it open in the second. They got 6 in the second inning to put it away. 3 of them scored on wild pitches. They added 2 more in the 5th. Another wild pitch scored a run and a single by James O'Leary. They added another run in the 5th on a ground out by Vetrano, who had 4 RBI for Matignon in the game, making it 10-1, and that was the final score. Tech had 7 base runners, 4 of them in the last 2 innings. 3 walks and an error in the 6th and 7th innings. They loaded the bases in the 6th with a walk, an error, and a walk. A pitcher to catch a double play, and a ground out got Tech out of the inning without scoring. And a leadoff walk in the 7th was stranded at first with 2 putouts at second base. And they only got 3 base hits. A single by Diaz, a double by Giordano with an out in the 3rd. He was stranded at second. A single by Kenny Moore in the 4th. He was stranded at second, and he only had that 1 threat after getting the 1 run in the 1st with the 3 on and nobody out. And Matignon got out of it with a double play and a ground out, and Tech winds up getting only the 1 run in the 1st inning. They'll drop to possibly 0-3 if they lose for Matignon for the 2nd time. But they're still going to look for their first win as Matignon piles up 10 runs and holds Tech to 1. So the Catholic Central League, small Matignon over the Commonwealth Conference, Tech 10-1 here at Frazier Field. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.